So I know it's been a while, just really no reason, just that I have had a lot going on and just taking care of business. So that's that. What else? I decided to do a video on some of my Makeup Forever faves. I'll probably have a couple of other brands like that where I'll just show you kind of like my faves that I noticed that I pull for a lot, whether it be for me or from my pro kit. And yeah, that's it. So I decided to start with Makeup Forever just because I get a lot of questions on like what products I like from Makeup Forever. So I'm not going to get into deep detail, even though I can't help myself sometimes. But like for the eyeshadows, I have 2 palettes, so I'll show them to you, and then I've taken pictures of the palettes and I'll put them up on my blog, and you guys can check out the numbers that correspond with them in case you're interested in the color. Okay, so let's just get started. The only other thing is, do not mind my nails, but I'm gonna do them probably tomorrow, whatever. But I decided to give them like a week break from, you know, like just the stuff, you know, that I use. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the palettes. So this is my first palette. I got this at the makeup show in 2009, and it looks like this. And it's got just random colors. There's no rhyme or reason to these palettes, not like my MAC ones that are, you know, set up by colors and stuff like that. I just pick colors that I liked and put them in the palette. And of course 92 is here. And there's tons of colors that I like, and what I like is that they have, I'll just say in general about their shadows, they do have a lot of matte shades, which I like, and I like the consistency, like such as this color here, which is really beautiful, and this one is number 131. But that's the way they look, and they're really nice colors. The only thing that I don't like about these is some of them tend to be a little bit chalky, and I'm not crazy about that. There's a few of them that I've run across that I haven't been crazy about the texture and stuff, but for the most part I like the shadows, and I like the size of the shadows, and they work really well. So this is the second palette, and I got this at the Makeup Forever store. This particular color here, it's a really pretty peachy pink. It's number 74, and I use that a lot as a blush. And then this really dark color here is really great because it's a matte brown, and it's a deep brown. As you can see, it looked kind of black, but it's brown, and what's great about it is when you don't want to use black, you have like this really deep brown, and it comes off really pretty when the light hits it because you can tell that it's brown. So I like that a lot to deepen the crease and just to contour the eyes. So that's those, and I'll have the numbers for that on my blog. Okay, and then the next thing that I really like from Makeup Forever is, of course, most people's favorite, the Flash palette. I'm gonna say I have this palette for about 3 years, and I love it because, you know, I can use it for so many things. I've also heard you can use it to make foundations. You could use it to mix and match and all that other kind of stuff. Body paint, face paint as a base. And then in the back it does tell you the colors that are not suggested for, like, do not apply near the eyes, and it gives you the numbers, and then do not apply on the lips, and it gives you the numbers. So, you know, you have that there so you know what to be cautious about. But it's definitely a great palette to have, and I got this for a steal. I bought this at the makeup show, probably the 2nd or 3rd makeup show, and they're on, this was, the last one was the 5th year, and I paid, like, seriously about 40 bucks for this thing. So I did really good. Okay, next that I really love, I also got this, the first time I got it was at the makeup show as well, when I got this Flash palette, is their Lip Concealer, and it looks like this. And what I like about this is that it's really good for mature skin. This is great for underneath the eyes to give you that lift, but also I use it as an eye primer, and it really, if you have more mature skin, it will really give you a nice lift. It gives you like a smooth canvas, so it helps the shadow to apply easier than, you know, when you have mature skin and you're getting the creases and all that stuff. Or if you just have natural creases, you know, some people have the natural folds and everything, and when they apply it moves a lot and all of that. So this works really well for that. And again, it works really nice underneath the eyes. It's smooth. I'll show you what it looks like. This one is number 2. So it's just like a medium. And that's what it looks like. And it's really easy to blend and smooth to work with and everything. And again, it's, you know, multi-purpose, at least for me. The only thing I do have to say about it is if you have oily lids, first of all, for anyone, you know, you're going to use it on the lids as a primer, you want to use it sparingly, because the more you use, the more chance there is of it creasing, because you don't need a lot. But more importantly, if you do have oily lids or semi-oily lids or whatever, it will crease. So ever so slightly, nothing dramatic and not immediately, slight creasing. So what I did is I apply it a very thin layer, and then because it does help the shadows to pop and it does really smooth out that area and all that other good stuff. And then I applied like a light shadow, skin tone or whatever over it to kind of set it, or powder or whatever you want, and then went on with the eyeshadow or whatever, and that seemed to have helped. If you don't have oily lids, that's not a problem, but I have semi-oily lids, and every once in a while oil comes through, and that's when I noticed it. But other than that, it's a really good product. Another thing that I like from them is their star powders. I think that's what they're called, and I have 3 of them. I have I'm just going to use the reference number 90949, and it's just this really beautiful pure red. Looks like that. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I mean, you don't really find, I think the only other real true red that I have is from Ben Nye. And then this one, which I really like, I had a sample of this that a friend gave me. This one's number 10, and you could see that the packaging underneath is different. But it's number 10, and I had a sample of it. It's just like a burnt orange. Really, really pretty. I ended up getting this one just because I used from her sample, or she gave me like a little bit from hers, and I really liked it. It's a beautiful, beautiful like burnt orange. It's great for the crease, and it's great on the lid as well, and then just kind of like blend it up, just the one color. Gorgeous. Okay, and then, but this one is number 90941, and it looks like this, and it's just this really pretty. This one I'll give you a swatch of. It's a beautiful, like, frosty, icy type color. So I like this. I've used it with this burnt orange color all over the lid, and then just take this on the finger and dab it on top to give it like just this you know, kind of reflex type look, and it looks really nice. So, you know, that's an idea. You could just, you know, dab it onto any color, maybe a black, a brown. So I like those. I think I'm gonna get a couple more of those. I really like them. The other thing that I like are their this pencil. Actually, it is number 100, and it is their Lipliner Concealer, and it's double-sided, and it's just basically like the MAC Chroma lines. They come in 2 shades. You got a darker and a lighter. And now I don't use the chroma lines for the lips. Not that you can't, I just have chosen not to because I have this. But this one comes for that, so you know, I have no need. The other one I like to use in the waterline and stuff like that. But this one, you know, go around the lips, and you can either conceal your whole lip just to mute it out and, you know, do a nice, really nice nude lip, or also for like dark colors like what I'm wearing now, or red, deep colors like that, so you don't have any bleeding, and to kind of just like keep it really defined. Looks really nice. So, and you have, you know, 2 shades in one pencil, so that's cool. So I like that. And then of course I like the Aqua cream of the Aqua eyes. I only have 2. I have the black one, and I have this one is closed because it came with this, which I'm going to show you guys. But I have another one, the first one that I bought, and I can't say that it helps with being in the waterline, you know, for being the whole waterproof thing. But I know that it's long lasting, you know, on the lower lash line and also on the upper. But I never really tested it in my waterline. So I've used it in my waterline, but never thought, oh, it's waterproof. Let's see how long it lasts, is what I'm saying. But this color is number 16L, and I only have the 2. And it looks like that. and then of course the black one, which I like as well. Then I have this type of liner, which I like as well. This one is number 30, and it's in this type of pencil. And they also have the lip liners. And what I like about this one is the color. This one is a really nice gray color, which I have other gray ones, but they're more like a silver. And that's what it looks like. It's a really nice gray. And it really works well if you don't want to put, if you like need to put eyeliner in your waterline, but you don't want to close the eyes up, so you use something gray like this, which will still give you that liner in your eyes, but you won't close up your eyes by using black. So I like that a lot. And then this pink pencil, which I even forgot I had. It looks like that. And this pencil looks really nice with the Lady Gaga lipstick, because it kind of makes it less bubble gum-ish looking. So love that. And then this is the Sens, which I just showed you, just for waterproof sensitive eye cleanser. It works really well. This one was like $8 with the little pencil. I got it at Sephora, and I like it just because it really gets off anything that's waterproof, which I don't tend to wear too much of because I don't like having to get into my eyes. But it does work really nice if you have allergies and things like that, and even in general, because you don't want to be rubbing up on your eyes anyway. So I would definitely recommend that. I like that a lot. I love the Mist and Fix. This is a new one. I paid $8 for this at Sephora as well, and it's just a makeup fixer mist. And I use it sometimes beforehand just to kind of refresh. It's not a setting spray, it's a fixer mist. So like if you've been all day with your makeup and now you have to go somewhere else, and you're feeling like it's kind of like moved or not as fresh as when you started, you take the spray it on, or mist it on, and then just pat it in with a sponge or whatchamacallit, one of these things, a powder puff, and just kind of pat it in there and you're good to go. So that's what I like this for. Plus I've also used it for like a mixy medium. So that's that. And then I'll just show you this powder. This is the Compact Shine On, and I really love this. Well, first of all, this is how it looks. It's a really nice package. I like that it's kind of compact, and it's called Compact Shine On number 4, and it looks like this. And let me see if I can put it so that you guys can, yeah, that's what it looks like. It's just like a light pink with like pinky silver type thing. I don't know, but I'll show you. That's a swatch of it, and then I'm just going to rub it on my hand here so you can see the effect it gives you. So that's what you get. It's just like a nice sheen or a nice glow depending on your skin tone. They have other shades. This is 4, so if you feel that this would make you look more ashy than giving you an actual sheen, then you can go up a shade. I like it for highlighting wherever it is you highlight, cheekbones, down the nose here, Cupid's bow, whatever. I also like it to put all over the face using a fan brush or a dual fiber brush, like your 187 or 188 or even the 131, I think it is. It's nice. It's also nice too if you put like a dark blush and then you dust some of this on over it. Gives you a nice sheen, because it's not like this frost that just shows up on the skin, as you can see. It just gives you a nice kind of glow sheen look. It's just really pretty, so I like it. And then this is the only blush I have. It's their Sculpting blush, but I want to get more because I really like them. The packaging is really cute, and it's thin, and it is number 2. Looks like that. It's just a nice matte pink. I'll show you swatch, and I'm gonna put it on here too so you can get a better idea. So it looks like that. Now this is a nice shade for someone who's lighter than me, or like my skin tone, maybe a shade or 2 darker. But for someone darker than that, with darker skin, you just got to be careful with it, because because it's matte and it is, you know, kind of like this bubble gum type pink, it may tend to look ashy. I haven't tried it on anyone dark. I tried it on, you know, obviously myself, and I've used it on a couple of lighter people than myself, and it, you know, comes off just fine. But because it's matte, sometimes these tend to look a little bit ashy on darker skin, so you just got to be careful with that. But if you use a light hand, you could probably even use it as a highlighter. But really beautiful. I love the texture of these. They're very smooth, very easy to blend, very nice. And then this is one of my favorite things, and it's not a product you use, but it is their palette. It's just like an empty palette. It costs $10. If you have a pro discount, I believe it's like $6 and change. And this is what it looks like inside. And I just have like my Ultra shadows that I depotted and just put, you know, and it just has a magnet bottom, and then you could put whatever you want. This blush here is actually a Stila cheek color, and it's in Bud, and it's really pretty. I don't think I ever showed it before, but it's really pretty. And what I like about these is that they're really big, and you can just put whatever you want, but they're still sleek. So if you're doing like a wedding or whatever, you can do, I have 2 of them. You can just put them like this, put them in your kit, put everything you need for the bride all in one thing, and you know, your blush, anything that's in pan form, you can just stick it in there, so you don't have to carry like all your like MAC shadows and all, you know, all that stuff. You could just put them all in one thing and then just put them back when you're done, not have to carry so much stuff. So I really like those. And then a couple more things. I like this pan stick. They look like this. This is the packaging, and these are like, I guess I would compare them to like cream color bases in the way that you would use them on the eyes, the cheeks, the lips, whatever. You could use them for body paint and all that. Very pigmented. This one is number 024, and I'm going to do a swatch for you right now. Looks like that. That's just one swipe. It's very pigmented, you know, stays on really nice. I've used it as an eye base. I've used it on the cheeks. I've used it on the lips. Really love it. The only thing I'm not loving is the price. It's $30 for one of these. I have a pro discount, so I think I paid like 18 or whatever. I don't know if it's worth all that, just because I feel like there are other products that will do the same thing and don't cost that much. So that's just my opinion, but I do like it. It's a nice product. I don't know if I would get more, is all I'm saying. But I do love this one, and I love the color. And then the last product that I like is the Aqua creams, and they look like this. Okay, and this one is number 20, and it's just this blue metallic-y color. I've used it just by itself as a shadow and just like blended it up, and it looks really beautiful. Just like that, but you could use it as a base as well and just put color on it. Stays on forever. I believe these are waterproof. Yeah, so I got them when they first came out, but I only bought 2 because I kind of wanted to try them out and just see if it was a product that I would, you know, make use of, because I have like a lot of paint pots and all that other type of stuff. So I really do like it, but I don't know that I would need to go get more unless like there's a color that really stands out to me or whatever. Then I have this one, which is number 9, and I hate this one. It's a gorgeous color, but I don't know if you guys can tell from where I used it, but it has like this gold reflex in it, and it's chunky. It doesn't look chunky, but when it's not smooth like this one. When you apply it, even the texture is totally different, and you'll see how it's not so smooth and laid onto the skin, and it's very textured. And when you put it like on your lid, it was just, I tried using it several times on myself, on other people, just to see if it's just maybe me. Like, it skips on the lid, it doesn't stay smooth. If you blend it out, it blends out too much. It was just too difficult for me to work with. I don't need all that, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna like probably put this on my blog or something and just be done with it. And that's it. So those are some of my Makeup Forever products that I like to use. I don't have that much Makeup Forever, and I don't know that much about their products, but the ones that I do have, I really like. That's it, guys. If you have any questions on any of the products, let me know. So thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Peace.